I've tried to start this video 7 or 8 times now, and I'm really struggling. So let's struggle through it together. A couple of days ago, my comment section across every platform that I use started blowing up with people asking me what my take is on the Sasha Riley recordings. While I knew that Lisa Noel Volding had published these audio files on her Substack, Outlaws of Chivalry, I did not initially go listen to them. And I really want to encourage you as well. If you have not sat down and listened to them, please don't do so unprepared. Please understand what you are going to be subjecting yourself to, particularly if you are a survivor, but just like anybody, they're deeply traumatic. They're so much worse than, like, I was warned, and they were so much worse than I thought. Before I go any further answering folks' question about what I think about the legitimacy of these recordings, which claim to be from an Epstein survivor describing in detail, naming names, didn't want people hopping on to Google and typing Outlaws of Chivalry and Sasha Riley and just start listening without having any idea what you're getting yourself into. You're listening to what is supposedly firsthand accounts from the world of Jeffrey Epstein. So that should give you like a little bit of like a flashing warning sign, but it's worse than you. It's deeply traumatic. I'm told you I'm struggling to get through this. I don't recommend that the average person go and listen to it. I saw Rosie O'Donnell said that we should all bear witness and go listen. I don't actually agree with her on that point. I think most people probably shouldn't listen to it. And that's not to say if these recordings are real that they shouldn't be listened to by appropriate people, right? They shouldn't be used as evidence. So that brings forth the question, are these tapes real? Are they legitimate? So Lisa claims that she had these conversations with Sasha Riley, who is an Iraqi war veteran and was apparently, according to this information, trafficked by his stepfather into the world of Jeffrey Epstein. She says, I spoke with him by phone and recorded his initial victim testimony during July 19th through 24th, 2025. So you may say, why is Sasha Riley's testimony not all over mainstream news? Like literally nobody from the mainstream media has reported it. I had people dropping links to Hindustan Times in my comments. Y'all, that's not a credible news source at all. But if you understand the severity of what's in these audio files and how damning it is, you understand why nobody in mainstream media would cover it for multiple reasons. But I think not the least of which is that I have not seen this verified by anybody else. I have not seen any corroboration of these tapes. It is Lisa Volding's word. This is not like found media of her. She claims to have conducted these interviews. And these audio files are damning. Sasha names names like Donald Trump and Andy Biggs and Jim Jordan and Clarence Thomas, right? These are pretty damning accusations. And they've not been verified by any outside sources. So like, how would I, like a YouTuber, be able to verify this? So when people ask me, are these real? I don't know, but I do have to tell you, like listening to the recordings, it's hard for me to hear them and to come to the conclusion that they are fake. Like it's difficult for me to listen to that and think that was a work of fiction, that was contrived. But they have not been verified at all. And obviously mainstream media is not touching it with a 10-foot pole. In terms of Sasha Riley himself, Volding claims that the FBI contacted him in the summer of 2025 and he moved out of the United States, quote, to safety, end quote. Here's the thing though, y'all, right? If it's true, it's absolutely damning and it needs to be made public. It needs to be entered into the record as evidence, right? We need Sasha's testimony under oath if it's true. It's not lost on me, however, how many women who were victimized by Jeffrey Epstein and his associates when they were adults or children have come forward, and that has not been compelling to the internet in the same way as a man coming forward. Again, it's all allegedly, supposedly. We don't have any verification right now, but the big takeaways I really believe are, one, I don't think you should listen to these tapes until they've been authenticated. If they're not real, you definitely shouldn't listen to them because they're profoundly traumatic. But two, please remember that the reason we are all like desperate for any bit of information is because Pam Bondi and Donald Trump will not release the full Epstein files. They are obstructing an investigation. Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice have been in violation of federal law since, December 16th. Earlier today, Representative Ro Khanna announced
Major Epstein update. A few days ago, Thomas Massie and I filed an amicus brief in the District Court of New York. We said that the Department of Justice was not complying with our law, that they were sitting on millions of documents, and we asked the judge to order a special master so that the documents were released. Today, the judge responded. He has ordered the Department of Justice to explain whether they should appoint a special master and why they're not releasing all of the documents. Thomas Massie and I will be responding to the Department of Justice's argument. This is a huge step forward. Now, an Obama-appointed judge may order the release of the files that we all want to see. We need to see the 302 statements where the survivors told the FBI who the rich and powerful men were who raped and abused them. The Epstein class needs to go.
The story is not really whether or not there are these tapes posted on Substack that nobody as of yet can verify, and that they're really, really awful, like the worst you can imagine about what humans are capable of. Like I said, I don't think that most people should go listen. For me, the story is that the Trump regime is carrying out a cover-up. They are denying justice to all of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his associates. I don't actually need those recordings to be true or to be disproven. What I need is the evidence that the Department of Justice has to release. What I need and what we all need is justice for Jeffrey Epstein's victims. And we are being denied that by Donald Trump and Pam Bondi. Donald Trump attacked the sovereign nation of Venezuela. He is threatening to start war with Iran. He's threatening to invade our friends and neighbors in Greenland and in Mexico. Donald Trump is so scared of us knowing what's in the Epstein files and having that case cracked wide open that he is willing to send 3,000 ICE agents to Minneapolis to shoot Renee Good in the head, to go door to door in a reign of terror. He wants us so distracted by what's going on in Minneapolis that we forget about the Epstein files. Please understand, any of the violent, brutal things the regime does, on some level, they are always about distracting you from the Epstein files. He wants you to forget. He keeps saying it's a hoax. He keeps saying, forget about it. Let's move on. Nothing to see here. If it's a hoax, why is he trying so hard to distract us? If it's a hoax, why is it that we can't just see what's in the files? Why, if it's a hoax and there's nothing that could harm Donald Trump and his billionaire friends, his buddies, Republicans in Congress, or even Democrats, right? Like whoever's in it. I don't give a shit if Bill Clinton is all up in there. Cool. He needs to face justice too then. But if it's a hoax and there's nothing there, then why the cover up? Why the obstruction, right? To me, that's the story. My take on the Sasha Riley tapes is, where the fuck are the Epstein files? What's so bad that he's waging war, killing people abroad and at home, in the vain hope that we will forget what's in the Epstein files, that we will forget about getting justice? We're not so easily distracted. While we are in the midst of grassroots organizing, on-the-ground resistance, caring for our neighbors, caring for immigrants and anybody else who is targeted by the regime, we will not be distracted from getting justice for all of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Every last one of those motherfuckers must face justice. Whether or not Sasha Riley's tapes are real, doesn't matter. Show us the fucking files.